This week's podcast is brought to you by FreshBooks. I've been using FreshBooks for years. We send hundreds of invoices a year using FreshBooks. It is incredibly easy to use. Whether you're a large business, a mid-sized business, or a freelancer, FreshBooks allows you to send out custom invoices and get paid faster. I have a secret. We were using a very popular accounting system that a lot of people use that's a giant pain in the neck to use, and I couldn't do it any longer, so I searched out all over the internet to find a place where I could do my bookkeeping online, and I came up with FreshBooks, and I'm pretty excited about them. They are not expensive at all. They are perfect for freelancers. They are perfect for the self-employed, and they're perfect for my business too. And for the next 30 days, you can have unrestricted free trial to FreshBooks by going to freshbooks.com/MDP and enter $1 million plan. You guys know I don't endorse a lot of products. I only like to endorse things that I use, and I've used them for years. So check it out, freshbooks.com/MDP, and enter $1 million plan and see why I'm always so happy.
A podcast? Did your radio show get canceled?
Fire. Low down and filthy, but the discipline is on point. Schooled myself, made my own dojo. A cold flow with the whole dose of soul. Maintain composure, even in theory. An anomaly, properties undiscernible to mere peasants.
This week on the $1 million plan, we talked to a nice lady named Tina. Tina's got a lot going on. Maybe not as much retirement savings as she wants. Maybe she's not actively saving for retirement as much as she wants. But besides that, she's got some other goals. Housing. Look, she's like all of us, frankly. We got a lot of stuff we want to get done, and we're trying to figure it out. Tina, hello. Welcome to the program.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. We're recording on a Friday. I'm about an hour away of having nothing else to do for 48 hours, and that excites me to no end. That's actually not true. I'm going to a conference on the weekend, which is no fun. So, Tina, what are we doing for you today? What's going on?
Like you said in the intro, I have a lot going on, and I'm trying to figure out how to prioritize things financially. I'm 46, and I'm ashamed to say
You're ashamed to say you're 46, or you're ashamed of what's coming next? You can't help your age.
I'm ashamed of what's coming next.
Okay, what's next? Now I'm nervous. What is it?
I don't have much in retirement 401k savings, and that is giving me a lot of angst lately. So I wanted some help with that, and I also want to buy a home. And I have a 4-year-old son who will be going to school starting kindergarten next year, and I know I'll have tuition. So I just needed some guidance in how to get some priorities straight so that I don't end up having to ask for change on the street when I'm old in retirement.
Well, let's get after it. So, what area of the country do you live in?
I'm on the East Coast. I'm in the D.C. metro area.
Yes, I was in D.C. a few weeks back. Turns out, strange vibe in D.C. right now, Tina. Strange vibe going on there.
Very.
All right. So, you work for the government or anything, or no?
No, I work for a major corporation in D.C. area. I'm not in the federal government.
Okay, well, that's good. You make $108,000. Look, as a household income, $102 is salary, $6,700 from rent. But you also receive some child support for your 4-year-old, $10,800 annually, and I assume you're going to receive that until he is of the age of majority. Is that correct?
Correct.
How much does that $10,800 a year impact you right now? Like, how do you use it?
It's a major help. I use it for a lot of his extra things. We do soccer, we do swimming. I also put a little aside in savings for him when he wants little gadgets or toys and things like that. Some of his clothes, just some of his basic necessities, but a lot of the extras.
Do you use it for like fidget spinners when he's like, hey, I need some fidget spinners, and then you buy him a fidget spinner?
Yeah, he has a fidget spinner. Somebody actually gifted that to him, but he'll come and say, "Oh, I need this toy. I want this toy."
Sure.
You know, Christmas. It helps out. So.
Oh, man. All right, so we're going to run through a bunch of numbers here right now. You are a renter in the D.C. area.
Yes.
That is not uncommon because it is ungodly expensive out there.
It is.
Your household income, like we said, is about $108. You got $20,000 set aside for retirement. What is that, like an old 401k or something?
It is, yes.
Now, Tina, it's come to my understanding that you stopped putting money in your 401k during the market meltdown of 2008 and 2009. We're going to have to talk about, by the way, at various times today, Tina, in our time together, it's going to get uncomfortable. Are you prepared for this?
I know.
Hopefully you're having,
I think so,
having a
yes.
cocktail or something. Or so you quit contributing during the downturn. Say something about that.
I noticed everything was in red. Like, I was not making any money at all,
Sure.
and I just panicked, and I just stopped contributing. And, of course, you know, listening to your show, I started living off of that money that I was contributing, and so now I just need to figure out how to get back to it. And I know I've lost a lot of years, but I just couldn't figure out how to make the money grow, so I just stopped it altogether.
All right. So I'm going to have to do this. When everything's in the red, first of all, that's gingerist. I am a redhead, and so when people say things are in the red and they mean it as a bad thing, I take offense. No, but the other thing here, listen, here are the rules of investing. There's not many. Buy low, sell high. So when something is crashing, like the market was, that's when you should be buying because it's low. Right? I would have less of a problem if the market was like it is now, skyrocketing. I'd have less of a problem if you quit investing now because you'd be buying high and it eventually will come back down. So it's funny how we sort of do the opposite of what we should do when fear takes hold, right? So we definitely need you to get started on that. But now your lifestyle is dependent on that money. So let's see, each paycheck. When you get paid, what's your take-home pay, do you think, each paycheck?
It's about $2,100.
Every 2 week or every other week?
Every other week. I was probably about maybe 23 or 24. I have child care expenses, and that's automatically deducted from my pay.
Okay.
So, you know, I bring home for the household use about $2,000 each pay period every other week.
And then, do you have anything in your savings account? How much do you have in your savings account? You got $300, right?
That's it. Yeah.
It says 304. I don't want to short you on the 4.
Yeah. Right.
You got a little bit of credit card debt, $1,200 or so. Student loan, $46,000. How long have those been hanging out?
A while. I've been out of college and graduate school quite some time, and my income, you know, was steadily rising. But during the years when it was little, I chose to do deferments and forbearances, but of course that interest compounded, and now it's about $46,000 total. But I am making payments on that to try to, you know, get the ball rolling so I can try and clear that debt.
$13,000 in other debt. What are we talking here? What's that?
The $13,000 in other debt is my car loan.
Okay. So here's what I like. I like that we're talking here today because this is your attempt to turn another leaf, right? Or turn over the leaf. What's the phrase here? We turn over another leaf, fresh start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. That's why you're on the call, because you're like, enough. I want to do this, right?
Right.
You do know pain comes with that, right?
I know. It's going to be uncomfortable.
All right, here's my biggest concern. We haven't even gotten to it yet. Oh, man, Tina. Here's my concern. I'm concerned about the $10,800 a year in child support. We have about 14 years to wean you off of the need for $10,800 a year, because having done this for a very long time, no matter how much you're using all of that or some of that for your son, the shock of having child support of that magnitude go away at the end of an 18-year period or 10-year period, whatever, it is the most difficult thing you'll ever run up against. And so that's sort of the long-term thing we're dealing with here. Not only do we have to make your retirement successful, but we have to make sure 14 years from now you can handle a $10,000 pay cut. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Yes.
Have you thought about that? I'm sure you've thought about that. You've thought about that, right?
I actually had not given that much thought because I use a lot of the income. I use most of it, like I said, for his needs. So I hadn't thought about, a decrease in salary because I don't live off of the child support. I use it for him. So, yeah, I hadn't thought about, I'm going to lose this income. But the way that you put it now has given me something to think about.
Yeah, here's we'll get off of that here in a second. But here's the deal. And it's not that, please understand, I'm not suggesting you're using it for yourself. Like, that's not where I'm going with this. It's more of this lifestyle thing. Like, you sort of said early on, if he asks for something, you're able to provide it because these funds are here. And that ability to say yes, whether you're saying yes to him or yes to yourself, that's the dependency, right? That's what we got to watch out for. So you actually have a 401k at work. You're just not participating in it. It looks like you lost some money in the custody battle for your son, basically a financial settlement, which set you back. Did that come out of your 401k or did that come out of cash?
No,
there
that
he is.
Actually came out of, I know, sorry about that.
No, I love it. I love him. Tell him I said hi.
I will, I'm sorry.
I know, I love it. Look, we're here for him. This is why we're doing this. He's got to be on this show.
He was told to be quiet, and he whispered something, but then he heard.
Wait, you're telling me you told a 4-year-old to be quiet, and he wasn't quiet, and we all expected that to work out?
He had done good. I'm so sorry.
Look, I have a 5-year-old son. I could tell him, don't go in the lion's cage, and he's going to be riding the lion in 4 minutes.
Oh, gosh. Sorry.
Okay, so that's all right. So you lost $46,000. Was that out of retirement or cash? Wait. We'll complete that thought right after these words. So you're racing against the clock to wrap up 3 projects, prepping for a meeting later in the afternoon, all while trying to tackle a mountain of paperwork. Welcome to my life, and welcome to the life of business owners and freelancers all across this globe. Challenging? Yep. But our friends at FreshBooks believe the rewards are so worth it. The working world has changed. With the growth of the internet, there's never been more opportunities for the self-employed. To meet this need, FreshBooks is excited to announce the launch of an all-new version of their cloud accounting software. And believe me when I tell you, it's beautiful. It's been redesigned from the ground up and custom built for exactly the way you work. And I work. And anyone works. Get ready for the simplest way to be more productive, organized, and most importantly, get paid quickly. The all-new FreshBooks is not only ridiculously easy to use, it's also packed full of powerful features. Create and send professional-looking invoices in less than 30 seconds. For those doing the math, it's a half a minute. Set up online payments with just a couple of clicks and get paid up to 4 days earlier. And see when your client has seen your invoice and put an end to the guessing game. FreshBooks is offering a 30-day unrestricted free trial to my listeners. That's you. To claim it, just go to freshbooks.com/MDP and enter $1 million plan in the How Did You Hear About Us section. That's freshbooks.com/MDP and enter $1 million plan. Go get the free stuff right now.
My own pocket.
Yeah. So you had 46,000. Where'd you get the 46,000?
I just let me say this, over a course of the year and a half, couple of years that we were going through that, I had a loan. I got money to pay a retainer for a lawyer. I took a loan out of my 401k, which I have since, of course, paid off. And then the rest of it was just a payment plan with my lawyer. And luckily, my job is like I said, I'm work for a major corporation. We have union employees.
Sure.
So when there was a work stoppage and we had to fill in the management staff, I was able to make a lot of overtime, and I was able to pay off my legal bill. So it was mostly out of my money, but about $8,000 of it was a loan and 401k.
So so it'd probably be bad if I start praying that there's another work stoppage, so you can get after it, right? It's no good.
No, that would not be bad. I would actually look forward to that badly, but.
All right. So here's the thing, though. I feel sometimes when we deal in these situations, and by we I mean me. Sometimes when I deal with these situations, I look at it and I say, all right, are there resources available to solve your problem? Do you make enough income to solve your problem? And I think the answer for you is yes, which is both good and bad, right? Because now we can't blame someone else. That's the worst part. And it feels like at some point in time, when maybe you had two incomes in the household, I don't know what your situation was, but it seems like at one point your financial life didn't always feel like it feels now. Is that right?
It did not, but I have to confess, I'm willing to admit that I am a spender.
Well, I can tell that. You don't have to confess that. I see that. I know that.
I'm a big spender, and so over the years, you spend, you're used to doing things, and you grow to a certain lifestyle, but it's just not sustainable without ending up situation, and that's where I am now. I never learned how to save. That wasn't budgeting and saving. It just wasn't something that I was taught. And so I've just been trying to do it myself over the years, and I just want to really be able to climb out of the hole and be able to teach my son good financial habits.
Yeah.
And I feel right now that I'm not in a position to do that.
See, here's the thing, and we're going to do that for you, but here's the challenge, right? Teaching your son good financial habits is best accomplished when you're the example of what to do, right?
Exactly.
Do what I do and not what I say. I don't. No one knows the sayings here. It's Friday, so I'm out of sayings. Here's what we got to do. We have to start getting money out of your face. You got to. I'm going to be honest. You got a lot of money in your face. You just do.
Yeah.
Your rent payment's pretty big. I mean, $2,200 a month. That's pretty spicy. It
is, and that's kind of low for this area.
Right. If you took $100 or $200 out of your pay right now, per pay, does that affect you?
It probably would, but I would I could just shift some of my spending. I mean, I just wouldn't have that extra discretionary money.
Right.
I spend a lot on groceries, so I would have to cut back and learn how to do some things differently. That's just the truth of it.
Does your 4-year-old eat a lot of yogurt? My kids eat so much yogurt, I feel like I should own stock in dairy companies. Yeah.
He does. He does. And we do a lot of organics, and it's a killer to my grocery budget.
Is he ever those Danimals or whatever, or they look like monkeys and things, and they're drinkable yogurt? Mm-hmm. Drinkable yogurt. That's a gross phrase. Drinkable yogurt, right? Isn't that disgusting? Mm-hmm. It's like hot yogurt, drinkable yogurt. These are things that are gross.
Right.
So here's what I would do. Could you just go in your 401k? Do you know the password and all that stuff to your account?
Yes.
Okay, you should just go in, right? Change the allocation because you're missing out on the match too, I assume.
I am, and I have a 6% match, and then if depending on the company's financial outlook annually, they'll do an additional 3% match. So that's a total of 9 that's available.
Okay, so we're gonna have a very honest moment here. If I say to you,
I know,
fake name Tina. It always feels like in these moments, I really want to call you by your real name because this is about you and me. This isn't about the show. What if I say go in right now and change your allocation to 6%, therefore 12% goes away toward retirement? 12%. If I say put in 6%, 10 being, Peter, I will absolutely do it, and 1 being, I'm going to tell you I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to do it. Where are you on that scale?
Probably at a 5 or 6.
So you're sitting on the fence.
Yeah, I would do it though. I have no choice.
You really kind of
I
don't.
think I have no choice.
So, yeah, I mean, there's so many moving pieces here. Not only that, but I mean, part of the reason you're on the show today is you're hoping to buy a house, right?
Yes.
And you already lost a house via a short sale several years ago. I assume this was all in part of the relationship transition?
It was, yes.
You like how I say relationship transition instead of divorce?
Exactly.
I'm very PC. Yeah, so there's, okay, so here are the issues we got to hit. The three top ones for me, because there's, again, a lot going on. Number one, you got to put 6% in your 401k. I mean, you are literally blowing that opportunity to get a 6% match, which is absurd. Like, it's one of the highest ones that you can get. Number two, we need some emergency funds. Big time. Right? And here's how I would think about it. I'm going to give your son a fake name because we're not going to call him by his real name. We're going to call him Peter Jr., okay? Listen. Okay. If that $10,000 a year is about Peter Jr., right, then we need you to have a savings account, because if you have a financial emergency, it's not just Tina that suffers. It's Peter Jr. too. Right? So if you can't, are you getting that? How are you getting the $10,800 a year? I assume that's what, $900 a month or something.
It is $900 a month, and it's direct deposit. It's like clockwork. Every couple of weeks or so.
Okay. And so, do you know when it hits? Are you an account squatter? Do you just look at your account?
Yeah, I do know when it's there. I do.
Is your savings account, your $304, is that attached to your checking account?
One of the savings accounts is attached to my checking, but I have another savings account that is not attached to any debit card, no checking, no nothing.
But you got the routing number, so I mean, you could set up some sort of transfer out of your checking into that, right?
I could.
I like that you could. I like that. Could makes it seem like I could do that. I'm not going to. What do you spend money on? I mean, you're a spender. You said you're a spender. You like clothes, you like food, you like wine. What are you doing?
Clothes, food.
You're naming all the things I just said.
I do, and I do a lot for when it comes to gifts and things for my family. I sometimes go a little overboard.
Sure.
So, I like the finer things. What do they say? Champagne taste, beer money, that type of situation. So, it's kind of gotten me in trouble, as you can see. I keep saying that like you don't know that or can't see it.
It's like me going, hey, I'm about 25 pounds overweight. Well, everyone knows. Look at me.
Right.
From the Midwest. That's what we do.
Right.
Jeez. Okay. I'm going to hit you with something here, and I want you to get your head around it, because this is if you can hang on to this, and I'm getting really personal here, because I think about the phrase I'm about to tell you. I think about this phrase every day of my life, okay? And it helps me. Make tomorrow easier. Make tomorrow easier. Right now, your future self is pissed at you because you're not making it easy for your future self. You're making it hard for your future self. Your current self, current Tina, 2017 Tina loves you. 2018 Tina's pissed. Right? So to me, Peter Jr., future Peter Jr.'s age as he gets older, make it easier for him then. You're making a great childhood for him now. You're a great mom. It's very clear. That's also something you don't have to tell me. I know you don't have to say you're a great mom. I know, I can tell. But you got to make it easier for him next year, because right now you're not.
Yeah.
So here's what we got to have you do. I got to have you crank it to 6% on the 401k, because that's going to take care of not only tomorrow, but 20 years from now is tomorrow, right? And then I need on the day that the $900 a month comes in. So it's every 2 weeks, right? Or twice a month? What is it?
Yes. It's weekly. I misspoke. It's weekly. It's about $200 and some change every week.
All right. I need $50 a week to go towards the savings account. I want $200 a month. for Peter Jr.'s future. Because Peter Jr. has fidget spinner needs now, but when the next big thing comes out, maybe a fidget orange, I don't know what they're going to fidget with later in life. We need you to be able to buy that then. So $50 a child support payment towards your savings account that is not attached to your checking account. And then we got to crank that 6%. We're going to have to force the issue here because you took the time to be on the show, so we got to change something.
Right.
And I'll just look, I'm going to be very blunt with you. The housing's great and all, but I wouldn't even.
I know.
I mean, look, come on.
I know.
That's like me buying a small shirt. It's like I bought a small shirt because I like the shirt. I can't fit in it. And if I wear it, I'll just embarrass myself. You'll see all the sorts of rolls and things.
So that's not an option at all, not even with, and I know some people will probably laugh at this, but not even like with an FHA loan. Like I get a bonus every year from my job.
How much?
Probably about $7,000 to $9,000, depending on the company's outlook. And I was going to use that as part of a down payment for an FHA mortgage.
All right, I want to tell you.
Is that not smart? I should. Well,
it's not. It's not. See, it's the thing. It's like someone will let you do it, but it's not smart, right? I mean, and by the way, let's say you do that. Let's paint the picture. You do it, and 12 months after you do it, you're chilling. You and Peter Jr. are watching, I don't know, Paw Patrol, whatever, right? Do you like the Paw Patrol? Do you guys watch that together?
Yes, you definitely have a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's his show, yes.
I've said it before, but what concerns me the most is that they entrust all those dogs with all that expensive equipment. You know what I mean? Like, the mayor of the city entrusts dogs to be the fire department? It makes sense.
I never thought of it like that.
No, I mean, it's just like, what are we doing? Anyway. You guys are sitting in your new house. You're watching Paw Patrol. You're watching these animals help people in their community. It's uplifting. And then all of a sudden, your furnace goes out, and it's in January. And look, I mean, with 304 bones to your name, I don't know how you replace $6,000 furnace. If you can't afford to fix the home you live in, you can't afford to live there.
Yeah.
Come on, look, we need stability. You and I, we need stability. We don't need more stuff right now. We need stability. Make tomorrow easier. You know? You're so close. Like you haven't decided. Like you're interested in doing this, but you've not committed to this. You're interested. You are definitely not committed.
I don't.
What's it going to take?
That's heartbreaking.
It's true.
No.
You know?
I know. I'm going to do the 6% in 401k. Like as soon as we hang up, I'm going to do that. I'm going to log into my work, account and start the match. That's easy.
Okay, but I
have to do that.
But then it's tougher on the child support.
No. I'm going to do the $50 too. Okay. That's just more of a pain, but I can not a pain to do it, but just changing some of the accounts the way they're set up.
No, I feel
I'm going to do it.
But so here's the other thing, and this is tough too. Like, you were about to feel satisfaction, which feels a lot different than pleasure. Okay, so your money brings you pleasure. That's what everything I know about you. Your money is about to bring you satisfaction, which sucks, Tina. It does not feel as good as pleasure. Until you see progress. And then you'll be good to go. But like 3 months from now, you'll be thinking about our conversation here. And you'll be like, well, what the hell was the point of that? I don't feel any better. But it takes time. I want to talk to you again. Can we are having you back on 3 months from now.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, don't dodge my calls. Don't make this about like when I was in high school trying to ask a girl to prom and she just wouldn't even pick up. She just wouldn't even pick up the phone. Don't make it like that.
I won't.
Oh, Tina. All right. So those are the two tasks. In 3 months from now, we're talking again.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm gonna do it, and that's fine.
Don't disappoint this Midwestern ginger. I can't deal with it.
I won't. I promise.
All right. Give Peter Jr. a what's up for me, will you?
I definitely will do that.
All right. Thanks for being on the show. And we'll cover. Oh, look, there's more to do. But look, we're done. We will do more in 3 months.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Okay.
All right. So that's it for this week's show. If you want to be on the show, be on the show. I'll name your children after me. We'll have a good time. PeteThePlanner.com/podcast. That's it for this week's show. We're going to have her back in 3 months. You better believe it. Peace.
If you want to be on this podcast and have Pete fix your money life, then hit us up at PeteThePlanner.com/podcast. You heard me. PeteThePlanner.com/podcast. Log on.
This is for information purposes only. It's not the Swiss financial planning device. Consult a financial advisor.
Released from Everest, the fresh is fresh, and you can call me E.T. Word to John Tesh. Let me bless this harmonic presentation. It's amazing, so amazing. I'm the reason. Salutations, I bring you love, trying greetings from a faraway land. I am the sole controller. Put the remote down and let me take control. You're now a part of my zone, so enjoy yourself. Love Tron can restore your health. I bring you greetings, salutations. How you doing? And is that how y'all say it? The tinkling of the keys is an homage to the little star. I sojourn over poetic descriptions of sound and travel to my other world. Out of this world, spaceship on my arm took me home, fueled by the ink and the megabytes and the hypertext transfer protocol, stronger than the Skynet and the Terminator. I push faders into warp speed, glide with ease, creating a breeze they call a black hole. Event horizon, no rear view concerns. This I adjourn, in beats I burn. This I adjourn, in beats I burn. Salutations, I bring you love, trying greetings from a faraway land. I am the sole controller. Put the remote down and let me take control. You're now a part of my zone, so enjoy yourself. Love Tron can restore your health. I bring you greetings, salutations. How you doing? And is that how y'all say it?